Well, you guys consider yourself to be in a monogamous relationship, even though you do threesomes. Explain.
I mean, we're monogamous off camera, and up until very recently, I was only having sex with him and other women. And I mean, for whatever reason, most people don't even consider having sex with other women cheating or being poly or whatever. So I don't know. It's just like we come from the porn space, and that's the space that I am in. I'm not in his world. And in our world, almost, I would say half of the people who do porn are in relationships, they're married, they have kids. It's completely normal, like what we're doing, you know? But in your hip hop space, it's like, what the fuck? This is
In the
insane.
porn space, there's actually some degree of animosity from our peers because they look at all this and they're like,
who fucking cares?
she just made how much money off of fucking this random dude? I'm fucking the whole fucking town and I'm not making any damn money. You know, like there's definitely people where like they just don't get why it is such a thing. And I guess the only way to explain it is just to say that like we're kind of famous. So, you know, if you're a random porn couple, nobody gives a shit. If you're kind of famous or well known, then it's very interesting to people.
Well, okay. What you just said, most of the people, what, 50% of the people are in relationships or married.
Yeah.
I
Probably.
think the men are. Most women I know who do porn really are not in relationships.
You don't know enough
They don't
women
tell
who do
you.
porn.
I know quite a bit.
And they're all,
I've known quite a bit over the years.
But
like,
they're
literally,
all-
they're just single constantly. Like,
Especially
every
by
so
the time
often.
you get to 30, 35.
Even in their 30s, it seems like a lot of these girls
mean,
just don't get into
The
relationships.
porn chicks are in their 20s or young, lower 20s for sure. But most of the chicks we know as they get older, they usually find their match.
So many sets I go on, it's like the girl is there and her boyfriend is there and he's filming our reels. Like, it's so normal. I don't know. I don't feel the same way. And I meet 3 or 4 porn girls a week.
Okay. I mean, you know way more people. I'm just saying the people that I've known over the years, it seems like they don't really, the women, they just don't get into relationships, it seems.
I mean, I obviously have that conversation with girls every week too, where it's like, it's hard to date. Guys don't understand. I don't want to quit the industry for them. But I also know a lot of women in committed relationships.
I mean, it's a lot to swallow, pun intended. I mean, like, to say, okay, baby, you know, see you after work, knowing that, you know, she's going
Definitely
to work,
not for every guy. And I feel like,
like a 5-guy gangbang and come
Yeah.
home and
That is so rare. Most girls are not going to work and doing a gangbang. It's like, I feel like some companies film like 3 of those a year.
yeah, gangbang is a lot of work to film.
A lot of work.
It's a whole thing to get all those dudes on set. But I mean, what I would say is that like you have some women who they're like in their 20s or whatever, they're partying, and porn is just the easiest way for them to make a living off the fact that they're hot and they are down to fuck, etc. And then, you know, a lot of these women, they get into their 30s and they just end up finding somebody along the way who fits into one of two things, which is some guys are really, really turned on by it. Some guys, they look at it, they watch the content, they think it's hot, it engages their sex life, you know, they're having more sex because they're watching the videos of their wife getting fucked, whatever. And then on the other hand, you have girls who, we know many girls who have like $5 million in the bank, they're making $200,000-$300,000 a month, and they got a boyfriend who sits on the couch and rolls backwards and has like a $5 net worth. And
Really?
but he's like a bum. Like, no offense, like he's not doing shit, but he's around, he's available, he's there when she needs him. She needs him to shoot some content with her. He's there. He's not blowing the whistle about her fucking some dude on Wednesday. And a lot of girls want that. Like, they don't really want like I'm a bad boyfriend candidate for a lot of the porn girls, because if I wasn't in a relationship and one of these girls was dating me, it's like, well, guess what? There's a building called No Jumper and I'm sitting on my ass for like 8 hours a day doing content. That's not really what a lot of these girls want. They want a guy who's along for the ride of whatever they're doing, and he's going to be fun and he's going to be available. So, yeah.
I mean, but some of these guys are kind of pimps in a way. I mean, if she's doing all the work and he's doing nothing and he's collecting, you know, part of the money.
I would say like in the OnlyFans space, I don't feel like that. It's like the guy is just there. He helps the girl film her content or whatever. And then his lifestyle is all free and it's a luxury lifestyle. And I would say most girls who are fucking their boyfriends on camera are not paying them. I know that there's a deal that a lot of people do work out, but a lot of times he's just hanging out and getting a free life.
Well, no. I mean, but that's when they're having sex with their boyfriend. But when their boyfriend is sitting at home while they're having sex with male porn stars.
You feel like he's pimping her?
I think in a way.
If he's getting a cut of it.
Yeah, well, because think about it, like a pimp, and I remember doing a lot of research about this. I interviewed actual like OG pimps, like Fillmore Slim from San Francisco, Don Magic Juan, who's actually a friend of mine.
Who I interviewed and smoked a blunt through his nose.
Through his nose, yeah. A little different.
Sick.
A little different. But like, what it really comes down to, what I realized these relationships is that you have a woman who wants to have an actual loving relationship with a man, but she's still out there selling her body. So she has to find a certain type of man that will completely accept her for that and still give her like a boyfriend type experience, but that comes at a cost. And that is the money goes to that guy. But he has to treat her like his actual girlfriend. It can't just be a business transaction because there's other girls as well. And, you know, this is happening at the same time. It's complex. Like, I remember really like being in awe of Pimps until I actually read about him. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. This is, you know, this is just not the type of person I am. But I feel like it's sort of kind of gray area. Are you a pimp? Are you a boyfriend? You know, what exactly are you?
I don't feel like that's a blurred line for us. It's because it's like,
I'm not saying for you guys,
but just in terms of the people we know, because
if you sat at home and did nothing while she made all the money, I would consider you kind of a pimp.
I would consider myself to be like the king of the fucking bums right there. Like, I'm not having any involvement. I'm not bringing anything to the situation. Like, you got to be a master manipulator to be like,
that's what a pimp
I still
does,
deserve
right?
my cut. But I guess
but think about it. That's what a pimp does. A pimp just sits there, dresses in nice clothes that he gets from his prostitute's money.
But at least in theory, the pimp is supposed to protect you. He's supposed to help you get the money that you're owed. He's supposed to go do something to the guy if a guy fucks you up or hurts you or whatever. Right. So the pimp has at least some stuff that he's supposed to be doing, even though when you talk to a pimp, usually they're not really inclined to admit to all of the things that are actually part of the job because they're illegal, usually. That's at least part of it. I don't know.